All right, boys and girls, Miss Jen is back with our Bible lesson. Today is actually our last day for this unit, and then we'll move on to the next unit from next week. All right, so following Jesus. So in this unit, we have been talking about, growing faith in Jesus. And we also talked about Jesus' 12 disciples and how they became Jesus' disciple, right? And we talked about how, Jesus' disciples, they listened to what Jesus taught them and copying Jesus' action and also following Jesus' directions. That's what they did, disciples. And disciple means a follower. So they follow Jesus everywhere he went. And the memory verse for this week or for this unit was what? I am the vine, you are the branches. John 15:5. I know that to memorize the entire verse is quite long, and I thought it's not really necessary for our first grader to memorize the entire verse. So if you did, great. That's an amazing job. Good job, you guys. But if you didn't get to memorize the entire verse, you can just memorize the first half of the verse, okay? Because that's the most important part. I am the vine, you are the branches. John 15:5. Okay, so Jesus is comparing himself as vine and telling us we are the branches because branches cannot live without the vine, right? So we always have to be joined, connected to the vine to stay alive, right? Mentally, spiritually, and also physically. And so that's what we talked about, and also about sharing God's words, sharing the truth with people who haven't heard about it yet or who don't know, um, about Jesus, or who knows about Jesus, but people who don't really have faith in, God. So the Great Commission we talked about is to share the gospel with the people around the world, and to just tell them the truth of the Bible, of the God's word, right? So here we are going to listen to the story of a first grader. So all of these stories, all of the 5 stories we have here, it's a story from a first grader. Yeah, your friend. And we'll circle the grapes if the child is showing the fruit of the Spirit. And we'll circle the fish if the child is leading someone to have faith in Jesus. Okay, which both are a great thing to do. So fruits of the Spirit, we, sang the song and we talked about it a lot in chapel time. And so, but before we move on to the stories, let's remind ourselves of the fruit of the Spirit. Okay, so we have 9 fruit of the Spirit from Galatians 5:22 to 23. In the Bible, it says we have self-control, gentleness, love, joy, kindness, faithfulness, goodness, peace, patience. All of these 9 character traits are fruit of the Spirit. Yeah, so we should try to live to to show all of these fruit of spirits to others. Yeah. Self-control, gentleness, love, joy, kindness, faithfulness, goodness, peace, patience. All 9 of these are the traits that Jesus wants all of us to have as we live our lives. Okay, so those are the fruit of the Spirit. And if you think the child is showing the fruit of the Spirit, let's circle grape. And if you think the child is leading someone to have faith in Jesus, then we'll circle fish. Okay, let's take a look at the story together. Number 1, Terrell showed his little brother how to tie his shoes. Terrell had to show his brother many times before his brother could tie the shoes. Oh, that is so nice. So I assume Terrell is an older brother and he has a little brother and he's teaching his little brother how to tie his shoes. Oh, that is so nice. And I think Terrell is showing what? Goodness or kindness or even love to his brother, right? And they are fruit of the Spirit. Yes. So go ahead and circle grapes. And number 2, Livia's team lost the basketball game, but she chose to have a good attitude and not pout about the loss. Pout is like complaining, whining. Why did I lose? But Livia did not pout. Wow, that is amazing of her. It is so good of her, right? So she showed gentleness or goodness, yeah, because she did not pout about the loss, even though she lost the game. So first grade, we should also be like Livia, right? Even if we lose, it's okay because we'll always try again, yeah? So this is showing fruit of the Spirit. So let's circle grape. Number 3, Santiago invited Thomas to go with him to a weekly Bible study class. Oh, Santiago invited his friend Thomas to go to the Bible study class together. That's awesome. This is actually leading someone, what? Leading someone to have faith in Jesus because he invited his friend to study Bible together. Yes, it's got to be fish. And number 4, Mrs. Williams had difficulty hearing and often asked people to repeat what other people said. Carmen did not mind helping Mrs. Williams. Oh, okay. So I guess Mrs. Williams, she doesn't have good hearing ability, right? So he has difficult time hearing what other people are saying. But instead of complaining and, not helping her, Carmen is helping Mrs. Williams to hear better, yeah, by repeating, maybe speaking a little louder or clearly for Mrs. Williams, yeah. So Carmen is definitely showing goodness and love for other people. So that's fruit of the Spirit. Such a nice child, yeah. And I'm sure all the first graders can be like this, and you already are. Number 5, Natalie showed her friend a Bible craft that she had made in school. Then Natalie used the craft to tell the Bible story to her friend. Natalie explained that Jesus loves everyone. Oh, that is so nice. How lovely. So she showed her friend a Bible craft, something that she made, I guess, at home or at Bible school. She made it in school. Okay. And then she used that craft to tell Bible story to her friends. How nice is that? And she told everyone that Jesus loves everyone. So she's actually leading her friends to have faith in Jesus. So we are going to circle the fish for this one. Okay. So first grade, all of these 5 stories by your friend's first grader friend is awesome stories. And I'm sure you have something like this, right? When you showed the fruit of the Spirit to other people, or when you led someone to have faith in Jesus. Yeah. And think about what you have done, yeah, to show fruit of the Spirit. All of these 9 traits, fruit of the Spirit, being kind, being faithful, being happy, joy, being good, being peaceful, being patient, sharing love, and being gentle and self-control. So all of these 9 traits, I'm sure you have shown these 9 traits, fruit of the Spirit, at some point to somebody. Okay, so think of when and what situation it was. And also, when you led someone to have faith in Jesus, think of a situation when you did something like this. And then maybe you can share that with your friend on Friday or during our small group session. Okay. All right. So first grade, I hope you can show the fruit of the Spirit, to someone at least once today, or leading somebody to have faith in Jesus. But since you cannot really meet anybody, I don't think that's really possible. But you could still do that with your family members, to your brothers and sisters, to your parents, maybe your grandparents. So have a great day with showing fruit of the Spirit to somebody today. And Miss Jin will be back next time with another lesson. Bye, first graders.